Hi, my name is Janeth. I just want to let you know that English, as you can tell, I don't think I need to let you know, but you can tell English is not my first language. However, I'm making this video because I think it's some information that maybe you would like to know about one a study that is being done in Maryland, especially in Pasadena, Maryland, about bunion removal. And I'm making this video because I was looking on internet for reviews, and I didn't find any reviews, or at least I didn't find any negative reviews about that. I don't find enough reviews. I'm gonna show you something. Yeah, first let me talk about this study or this group who's doing this study. I want to let you know that I am not a YouTuber. You don't gonna find reviews from my side. I am not good with technology. I'm gonna ask you to forgive me because I'm gonna trying to put some pictures here and not the best with technology. I just want to tell you my story. I just would like to give you my review uh, about my experience. I think it's very important because in my case, I wish I hear at least from one person this. I was looking on YouTube reviews about uh, this study, and I don't find any YouTube videos. So probably this is the first one. There's many words, especially technical words that I don't know how to pronounce very well, but please try to figure it out. Okay, so let me show you this. Let's talk a little about um the place. What is this? Let's see. Let me show you about this. Okay. Again, I told you I'm not a technology person, and technology is gonna eat me here. So the Chesapeake Research Group, this is what is my review about. My this is a research group that they do studies, and they do procedures uh, on bunions. This is I'm going to give you the protocol number of this clinical study is a CPL 01302. CPL -01-302. And so this place, the Chesapeake Research Group, is a clinical institution or group that is being I discovered it's been for 20 years already doing this kind of studies. So the first things that I want you to know is this is not a bunion study. It is not. It's just a pain medication study. And they have done over 100 studies. And you can see here the studies that they have right now is bunions and bunions. Bunions and bunions. These are the studies. The doctor Ira Gottlieb, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Let's call him Dr. Ira. He is not just the founder. He is the owner of the Chesapeake Research Group, and he is the doctor who do the surgeries. Okay, he's a very well-known doctor especially in the Maryland area. He say he has done around 3,000 of those bunions surgeries in his medical life. Let's say that way. So they are in Pasadena, Maryland, and the address is 8030 Richard Highway, Pasadena, Maryland 21122. So this is the website. I went to Google. One thing that it really surprises me, as I think I just told you, is that I didn't find enough reviews about this group. When I want to let me go here. When you go, you see the 18 reviews, and the rating are pretty high, pretty good, 4.7, 3 reviews, and indeed this is for workers, so it's fine. There's no many, even in their Facebook page, they have, of course, rating of 5, but only seven people have votes. So this is something that it really is surprising, because if they have done this for 20 years, and as they say here, they has done more than 100, over 100 studies. They say we have successfully complete over 100 studies. So what happened with those thousands of people that they has done it? I mean, I expect to see, I would like to see more reviews about them, positive or negative or whatever, but more reviews. So this is something that it really surprised me. So how I get here? I get here because at first I born with a bunion. I born with that since I was I remember since I was maybe 7, 8 years old, that I damaged my shoes, and my mom told me that, yeah, I born with that. Apparently this is something genetic. Um, so I have that. Um, and in the last, especially in the last year or so, I'm 41 years old, by the way. But in the last year is when I started experiencing more pain, and even with flat shoes. So that's what I never thought about doing a surgery because it wasn't painful. It was uncomfortable, but not painful. And then I say, like, I would like to to have I won't do a surgery for that. But in the last year, even with flat shoes, as I say, it was painful. So a couple of months ago, actually was maybe in August, I found a friend, and she told me, she's the one who sent me the information about this research group, and she had it, and she say, I had it, and I like it, you should do it. Of course, she's older than me. She's like I don't want to say the age. Well, I don't think it matters, but I think she might be in their 50s. Um, and she told me that well, Janeth, you could do it, and plus you get some benefits from that. So they get you pay. Honestly, the pay part is absolutely not what it brings me to do this surgery or to be part of this study. Why? Because you have to stop working for at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks. In my case, it was 3 weeks. They say that you cannot drive for 2 weeks, period. You cannot drive for 2 weeks. So when you receive a benefit of $1,000, that, by the way, they are tax deductible. So what you get is not worth it. It's not. So for me, it wasn't that. I honestly don't believe that no one will go under that kind of procedure or surgery just for $1,000, which when you there's tax deductible, so it's way less than that. So but I did because I started feeling pain. I'm going to show you some of my pictures uh of my x-ray when they did my x-ray in my first in my first appointment, when I went there for the very first time, when I wanted to know more information about that. And that's the very first time to see if I qualified or no. So this is my my food. Let me share again. You know, I told you I know a let me see here. Okay, so I'm not a technology person. I just want to share with you this. So this is my it was my right foot, so I can know me. I could not drive for 2 weeks, which was a little bit bad for me. So this was my foot, and I don't think I took a photo of my foot right before that. And let me show you how it was after the surgery. This is my foot after the surgery. Okay, so you can see this. You can see the difference. So what they do basically is to cut this part of the bone. I don't know how to do this. Cut part of this bone. You can see, and somehow they cut like the diagonal here, and they put these 2 screws or whatever they call there. So this is my foot after the surgery. So before, after, before, after. So what happened when I went to my very first appointment? Of course, I have tons of questions, and I want to make sure I want to make sure that if this is something that I wanted to do, if it's really worth it. And the first things that I know is that this is not a Bunion. This is not a Bunion study. So I didn't know that until I get there, until I talk to the doctor, Ira. I didn't know that. I knew that this is a pain medication, study. Why this doesn't open? Let's see.
Amount of opioids.
Okay.
And walk us through the patient experience when they enter the study.
This is a video that I found on YouTube. It's a little bit ironic, and I will tell you why. He explaining about the benefits, and she asking here what the benefits and what the patient expect.
And what should they expect, and what are some of the benefits?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, you have to have a painful condition. You give us a call. We make sure that you qualify. And the benefits of the procedure and participating in a pain study are the following. All the services that we provide are free of charge. They're underwritten by the pharmaceutical company. So patients are paid in addition to receiving all services at no cost. You get an experienced surgeon, which is me, and you're helping us to reduce the opioid crisis.
I mean, it is really inspiring that there's this research that's being done in this field, because again, a lot of times when you think of pain management, you immediately go towards those meds. You're thinking that the future could look different, right? What are you envisioning regarding pain management and the opioid dependency in the future?
Just continuing to work on products that are non-opioid that have an effect on reducing significant pain. One particular product I'm very excited about.
Well, what I say is ironic is because the purpose of this study is to control the pain. And this is what is my review today. And I want you to know that I think it's important. Again, if I hear something like that before, for sure I won't do this study. But I never found anything. There's nothing in the internet. I don't know, maybe I'm looking in the wrong places, but I didn't find reviews about the doctor. I didn't find enough information about this, especially when I compare. There's 17 reviews on Google or in their own page for thousands of people who has done this study, or I have participated in this study. So the first thing, I went to the doctor. I went to the research, the clinical place on January 12th. That was when they did my first screen, my first X-ray. And of course, I have tons of questions, and And I asked him, there is when I realized about that it's not a Bunion, it's not a new study. This is the same procedure, the same surgery that they've been done for years. Actually, there is another more a newest method or a newest technology, which is lapiplasty. I thought that it will be something like that, maybe something new that they are doing a study or research about that. But again, it's not, it's just about pain medication. So when I hear that, Dr. Ira, he explains, and he said with me, he explains, and he said that there is a medication that is already, it's been in the market for over 20 years. That medication, it lasts in the body of the patient after the surgery for a certain period of time. And the test of the new study is introduced the new medication, which is from the same pharmaceutical company, that the medication is stronger, is thicker, and it's supposed to last longer. So as you hear here in the video, the idea or the purpose is that see if that medication works, so avoid that the patients get pain medication and they can get addicted to opioids. So he showed me a bottle of water. He showed me and he said basically this is the old medication, is lighter, and then he showed me a bottle of hand sanitizer, which is thicker, like more jelly, and they say this is the new medication, it's thicker, this is the one this is the real trial, the real test of the real study is about this medication. And then he showed me another bottle basically with nothing or empty or well, maybe water. The thing is that he say, and this is placebo. And I was listening to him, and he say, the thing is that this study is that for every 7 people that I'm doing the surgery or they are here, for every 7 people, 3 of them, they will receive the old medication. They will be in paid medication, but with the old medication. 3 of them, they will be under the new medication, and 1 of them will be under placebo. At this point, I back up, and then I say like, okay, I don't want to take a risk because placebo, I know that any surgery that it has to do with bone is extremely painful. It's very, very painful. So I asked him right away, I said, doctor, does mean that the person who's gonna get placebo is gonna be in a bad pain? Because even you tell your mind, I'm under medication, the pain it's gonna be there. And then he said, no, don't worry, because we're here, we're gonna control the pain. So the person, there's no gonna feel any pain. So when I hear things like the videos, like what he said, their main that they care about the person don't be under pain, I feel like a little more like a trust a little bit more, like a more relief, like, okay, maybe I was very skeptical. I went to talk to my husband who works in a medical field, and then he say, don't worry, if he say that, it's because they will control the pain, they don't gonna leave you be like that. I asked him, I asked the doctor also that the first interview, if he's gonna be there. He say that yeah, he's gonna be there. He say that he told me specifically that this is a blind study, which means that no one, nurses, no dog, not even himself, he didn't know what any the patient we receive. So he said this is a blind study. We don't know what any person receive, but we will asking you every certain time about your pain. How's your pain level? So he wrote me a page trying and explain about the pain level. And one thing that it is stuck in my mind is when he was explaining is he wants to make sure that the patient, in this case me, we're not going to exaggerate the pain. So his words were that from the first part, the 0 is 0 pain, like you don't have any discomfort. 1, 2, 3 is like you start feeling pain, but you can deal with that without medication. Once you enter in 4, 5, and 6, you definitely, it's something that it makes you is more uncomfortable, and you might want to take some medication. uh 7, 8, and 9, it's definitely that this is the level when your activities that you cannot do your regular activities, so is really, really bad. And then number 10, he said that basically he doesn't feel that no one has been in the number 10 or something like that, because number 10 for him, and his words stick here, and his number 10 is, he said that not even a woman when is in the labor moment, when a woman is giving a birth, uh, uh, he doesn't believe that this is a number 10. So this scares me also, because this is a man. If a woman is telling me this, I will say a woman who has a birth, who have given child, I will say, well, she's been through that already. But when a man doctor say that, uh, I don't know. It was his words. It makes me feel weird when I hear that. He say that not even a woman, when it's given a birth, he doesn't believe that this is a number 10. That's his opinion. He said that for him, number 10, that he never been in a number 10 pain, because for him number 10 is when if somebody is ripping his skin out, like it's extremely painful. This is what he believes is the number 10. And that was in my mind, like he wants to make sure that you're not going to exaggerate when you're in pain. So of course, if you have pain that is uncomfort and you're gonna deal, and you don't cry, but it's so uncomfortable, you still wants to take medication, that must be maybe number 4 or 5 for him. So I went home, and again, I asked my husband, I wrote all my informed consent. I read it. They say that they will, here they say about how many people are in the study. It's a lot of information here, a lot of information. What will happen before the study, during the study, after the study, what you have to do, what you don't have to do, what are the risks, what is the discomfort. When I was reading here, because they give me some time to read this, I asked him about the risk, what they say about this, and he's basically say like, no, this is just part of the protocol to write that things there. We have done it this dozens of times, and we're good with that. Okay, so good. So I accepted, and I entered in this clinical research study. So my experience for one thing that they ask me, of course, they ask you about your health. They look for people who are healthy, people who's healthy, people who doesn't have any uh, special condition or heart problems or diabetes or anything. And I told him specifically, because I don't have any, praise God, I don't have anybody in my family or with bad history of this kind of illness. They're very common today. However, my problem, I have two problems. One is that gastritis, that I need to eat. I need to eat. And the second one, the main one actually, is migraine. So I was very sure. I told him I have migraine. I show him my medications. I show him my prescriptions. And then first he say, oh yeah, you can take it. And then he checked very well, and he say, oh no, I don't think you can take it. And you cannot take this medication within the 2 weeks before the surgery. So that means that my surgery was planned for February 5th. I cannot take medications 2 weeks before that. Any migraine. So he say, are you sure that you can deal with that? If you're pain medication, if not, you can always withdraw. You can always drop the study. It's okay. So since I have that option to drop the study, I say, okay, I will do it. I will see if I can get if I cannot deal with my migraines, because they're really, really bad, especially if I don't eat or drink water. The thing is that during those days I have a migraine, but one of the best things for migraines is that you need to drink water. You need to drink a lot of water. There's one thing that they call hydration. I think that's the name in English. Hydration, heat or something like that, is that you have to drink 1 glass of water, 1 cup of water, 1 glass of water every 10 minutes. And it helps you, it gives you like a big shot of irritation in your body, and it helps. And I've been doing that, and it helps me. It's not, of course, as fast as medication, my prescription medication, but it works. So I stopped my pain medication. They've been sending me messages for those 2 weeks constantly. I receive messages on my phone. Remember that your surgery is this day. Remember that you're not allowed to take this your migraine medication. They knew. And they specifically say, you don't take your migraine medication. If you need it, please call us as soon as you can. If you think that you can deal with that, just call us. So anyway, the thing is that I tried, and as soon as I get very well, I drink a lot of water. I was okay, and I sleep good. This is another thing for migraines, very important. Sleep good. The day of they told me I have to be there at 8 a.m. My surgery will be in the morning. I have to be there by 8, and not eat or drink anything since the night before. So from the night before, I was not allowed to eat anything, have anything in my stomach, or neither water. I arrived at the place at of course at 8 a.m. at the time that I've been told. My husband took me there, and I let me get here. Kaya, come on, baby, come on. I took I entered to the place. My husband went with me. They tell him he cannot stay there, but he say he wants to stay just to make sure that the surgery went well. And they say, no, we're not allowed to have anybody here. But he will be in the lobby, not inside where I was. He just want to know. And then I say, it's okay, I call you or text you when I get out of this. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you some messages that I have with my husband that day. That was the day of the surgery. And one second again, I'm not a technology person. Okay, this is some messages that I went through with my husband. I think I have to put this one here because probably this can move here. Let's see. Okay, that was at 11 a.m. 11:20. You see, I told him I did a urine test and the saliva test, which was like, I don't have fluids, I don't have liquid in my body. How they asked me to have a urine test? So anyway, at 11:30, I say, I'm so hungry. And then he say, I bet, love. And any update on when dating they will start? And I say no. And okay, my little dog, it doesn't want to come. Okay. So this was at 12:37. They starting to bring the IV on me. Oops, it should be here. Okay, 2 p.m. You see here, at 2 p.m. I was starving. Like, I'm still waiting. I'm so hungry. And then at 3 p.m. I told him, "Can I eat a chocolate?" I was just texting with him, and then he said, "Nope." And he said, "I'm serious. I have a chocolate in my bag," and I said, "I can eat it." He told me, "Asking, you should ask them about water." That is kind of crazy. That's what my husband say. I asked him, and uh they took my fluid, they took blood. That was a 339. There's one part when I answered here 4. He asked me again, 4 p.m. Did you ask him about water? I said, yes, I asked him. He said, I cannot drink any water or anything because the fluid, the water, or the food, everything can come back during the time of the surgery. So no food, no water at all. So of course I was having headache, a little headache. I was starving, and the level of energy by the time I did the surgery started about 5 p.m. The surgery doesn't last that long. It's like 45 minutes. I start about 5 p.m. and then they took me to my took me back to my room. I didn't feel anything at that time. Almost 6 p.m. No pain at all. So they came right away, asked me, what is your pain level? Of course, I say no, 0. I feel a little discomfort, but I guess I was under the anesthesia. And then at 8:43, I said, I'm falling asleep. And I was trying to sleep. I couldn't sleep. And then at 10 p.m. I tried to call him again, and I tried to tell him, I'm starting feeling pain. They came and they asked me for my pain level. I told him, I told him, but that time I think I told him number 5 or so. Okay, and they go back, and then starting at 11, almost 12, they come back again. They do they took my heart rate, I forgot, whatever. So they were there. They asked me, and at that time I say, I'm like 6 or 7. This is something serious. I told my husband, this is very serious. I don't know if I can deal with that. They didn't give me any medication, uh, even when I was crying. Yeah, but this time, between 11 and 12, I was crying crazy. I was so desperate. I definitely feel, and I right away tell, you can tell here, I told my husband, I'm definitely the 7, not the 7 in pain. I mean here that I was the person 7 who doesn't get the placebo. It surprised me that they leave me the last person to do the surgery. It was me. Even they told me at 8 a.m. that I have to be there. So all day without food, all day without even water, I have no energy at all. So when I told my husband, it's like, I'm definitely the 7. That means I'm definitely the one who's under placebo, because the pain was like extremely, extremely painful at that time. They hear me. I was screaming. I was hitting the walls. And I was putting some towels in my mouth. And they came, and just right before 2, but this time, when I told him this, they put me something on the vein, on my IV. And then later I keep, this is embarrassing because this is the conversation I have with him. he said if I asked for more painkillers, but just right before that, I saw that they put something here, nothing was working. And then that's when I said they give me also something, they give me something to the pain. It makes me dizzy, but the pain, it didn't stop. I want to let you know that I think during the first 24 hours right after the surgery, that it was the first 2 days was crazy, 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 crazy painful. I feel like somebody was hitting my foot with a hammer all the time. That how painful it was. So at that at 2 p.m., around the 2 p.m., one of the lady came, and when they were checking, putting the things on my IV, and then a few minutes later, because I was keeping screaming, and then she entered and she said, "What's going on? What's going on with you?" And she had the attitude, and I was, I can't deal with this pain. I was crying, and then she said, "Oh, you're gonna tell me that the 4 milliliters of morphine that I gave you, it didn't work?" I didn't know that what you gave me. I have no idea. And I say, I had no idea what you gave me. I'm just telling you that is not working. No, it's not working. Since 6 p.m., let's say 7, 8 or so, when my pain is starting, that I say is 3, is 5, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m., they didn't give me any pain medication. 11, 12, 1, they don't give me any pain medication. And then since after 2, after the morphine, and they say like we cannot stop her. Of course, it was a long time. The pain was so high that by the time that they give me the morphine, even the morphine, it didn't work. So when the other nurse came, he said, "We cannot give you more medication because we're gonna overdose you." I said, "I don't know what's happening, but this is bad." And then she said, "The thing is that you didn't ask for pain medication. We cannot give you pain medication if you don't ask for it." This it, I don't know how to say. It's like it makes me feel like, what is this? Like this must be a game. You're hearing me. You guys came every hour to check what is my pain level. I've been telling you I'm 710, and you're telling me you're not gonna give me pain medication just because I don't ask for it. I didn't know I have to ask for pain medication. They gave me the morphine because definitely I was waking up the other people because I was hitting the walls. So even I didn't ask for the morphine or for the pain medication, they give me like almost 2 a.m. because they realized she's not asking for medication. But I never knew that. Then so this is one I don't know if you see, this is one of the picture that let me see if I can show you. This is the picture that I show my husband. That was the moment. And well, this was one of the most awful pictures of myself, but this is me. And I tell my husband, if I knew this, I won't do it. That was the first night. I didn't go to the restroom because one of the tests that they do is that you have to have your foot all the time up, right? Your leg all the time up. They have a special pillow for that. And one of the tests that they do is that you have to come and try to touch the floor. Just touch, just trying to touch. There's many nurses there. They have empathy for your pain. There's one there that she didn't. So she wasn't, I don't know. So every time I do that, that was extremely, extremely painful. I feel that my foot, they were, my big toe was pulling apart. I feel like even my pinky toe, it was pulling like, I don't know how to describe this nightmare that I was living. So I didn't even want to go to the restroom because take me to the wheelchair and walk all the way to the restroom. It makes me scream like crazy. Scream. I never been in such a pain like that, especially for a long period because I don't know. When you give birth, this is the moment, and that's it. The thing is that the nurses during the daytime, the following day, you know, o sea, that night, all night was a nightmare. They bring me also opioid, and they give me a Tylenol. I think a couple of times during the night. I couldn't sleep. You can tell. It was 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 5 a.m., and I was screaming. I couldn't sleep at all that night. So they give me around 5 or 6 a.m. They give me again morphine when they ask me, and then I say, yeah, give me morphine. The morphine, it didn't help me with the pain, but at least it made me feel like release here. Like I feel like I told my husband the morphine, it doesn't take the pain away, but it makes me feel like, okay, I cannot scream anymore. I cannot cry anymore. I just was just dumb, but I feel the pain the same. The pain was the same. So I asked them for a morphine. That was the second day. When I needed to go to the restroom, the nurses in the daytime, which they are a lovely person, all of them, they were awesome. I have anything to say about the nurses, especially during the daytime. They told me, we see you, because I told them I'm the placebo one. And they just like, maybe, I mean, what they can say, they cannot say that much. I say, I'm the placebo one. I ask for the doctor. I say, I would like to see the doctor. I want to ask him what happened with what he say about that I will be in control, that the pain will be in control. And then they say the doctor will come in, the doctor is busy, and then in the afternoon again, and then the doctor, I asked, is the doctor coming? I would like to see Dr. Ira. And then they say, oh, he's with another patient or whatever. He didn't come. That was the first day. So they come and they brought me, instead of taking me to the restroom, they brought me the chair so I can do my needs in my room, which was a little less painful than what the fact that I have to go in the wheelchair to the restroom. So I went to the they brought me there during the day, like 2 times that I needed. They brought it 2, 3 times during the day. When the night shift came, one of the lady, the same lady that said that, what's wrong with you? I give you 4 milliliters of morphine. It didn't work. The same lady, she brought me the wheelchair, and I asked her, that was like maybe 2, 3 a.m. I say, can you please bring me the seat that I can do it here? And then she said, you're gonna be released in 2 days. So what are you gonna do? You have to start moving, girl. And I was like, I say, I can't. Every time I was going to the restroom, it was a nightmare. And I told her, you know that every time I go there, it's so painful. Just can you please read me that? And she said, no. So she brought me the chair, you gonna go? And say, you know what? I can hold it. And then in my mind, like, I need to wait until the people from the morning, the shift change, so they can help me with this. And that's exactly what happened. After 7, 8 a.m. when they came, they helped me with that. And when I needed, I don't need to ask them. They brought it to me. So this is one of the bad experience I have, especially with this person in the afternoon, in the night shift, because the following night, the following night, I asked her again. I said, you know what, the people in the daytime, they brought me that. Can you please bring me the seat and I can do it here? it's like the pot. I guess you understand what I say. So you can pee there. And then she say, no, because that was the second night, like, you're gonna be releasing one day, and blah, blah, blah. I was like, no. The third night, the same lady, at this point, let's say that my pain level was from 10 to 8. It was still pretty bad. But at nighttime, when I need to go to the restroom, I say, when she bring me the wheelchair, I'm going to say, yes, okay, I'm going to the restroom, period. I'm not going to deal with her. I'm not going to ask her. She's not going to bring it to me. So it's okay. If she bring me the wheelchair, I'm going with the wheelchair. Well, at that time, when I asked her, that was the last night, she said she didn't come with a wheelchair. She came with a walker. And I was like, no, this is crazy. Okay, I'm trying to put myself, convince myself that I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna do the wheelchair. I can go to the restroom. This is the second day. And then she came with the walker. And I was like, what she's thinking? And then I say, can you please bring me the wheelchair? And I wasn't asking for the pot to be there, just like be a little bit more accommodated, I don't know. And then she say, no, you're gonna be released tomorrow and you need to start walking. She was like that. I said, and at that point, with my pain, with all the things that happened the 2 previous nights with that nurse, I said, you know what? I don't care about tomorrow. Tomorrow's tomorrow. Right now, I can barely deal with my foot. So bring me the wheelchair and take me to the restroom with the wheelchair. And then she took me. I'm not a person who explode or like to react like that or treat people in a rude way. No, definitely no. But I wasn't at that point. I have like zero toleration about that kind of behavior that she had with me from the very first day. And when I see that the people during the daytime, the nurses during the daytime, they were so kind, so extremely kind with me, like doing treat me very well, because they feel it. Even they might not make sure that I was the one under placebo, but they see the pain that I was. It is completely different with all the rest of the patients. So I feel like I'm not going to tolerate that for her. And before I leave, I have to tell something if she says something to me, and that happens. And I told her, you know what, as I say, I don't care about tomorrow. And tomorrow's tomorrow. Right now, I can deal with my food. So bring me the wheelchair, period. And then later, of course, I went to the restaurant and come back. I was still screaming. And then I don't know if it's her head nurse or I don't know, or somebody else was there, and then she came and she said, by the way, she turned the lights, like the lights in my room, like it was like 3 a.m. And I call it, but I want to control the light, because I'm trying to rest. I haven't slept for, I don't know, 48 hours or more. And then she turned the light and said, I want to tell you about what happened with the order, because she's trying to tell you that you need to walk, you need to do this. I said, you know what? I have to explain her again. The thing is her behavior, is her attitude towards me. So this is the first time in 17 years that I've been here in the US that I feel aggravated. I feel discriminated. And for the thing, not just for the nurse, but I'm going to explain you something that happened later with Dr. Ira. And I feel, and the whole thing that I start seeing with different things that I start connected, this happened to me, this happened to me, this happened to me. I feel this, I don't know if it's racist. I don't know why all these bad things happens to me. Again, I don't see anybody writing negative reviews I don't see that many people writing positive reviews either. So, but I don't understand why these things happen to me. It's like when I tell this to people, even American people, they keep asking me, do you think that this is, did you feel like that was a discrimination? Do you feel kind of racism with that? I don't know. Even making me think, well. Well, let's continue. So I've been telling you, I told you that I've been asking for Dr. Ira since the very first day, the following day of the surgery. My surgery was at 5 p.m. and the night was a nightmare. The whole night was terrible. I've been under placebo, under different kind of opioid, Tylenol, even morphine. Again, I think I got morphine probably 4 times in a 24 hours period, because again, if you don't treat the pain on time, there is a moment where there's nothing that you can take. It's not gonna work. And it happens with any conditions that you have. For me, if I take my pain medication, if you have a headache and you start feeling headache, you better start taking the medication as soon as you start feeling the pain. Don't wait too long, because the medication, it might not work. So that's exactly what happened with me with the pain medication, which is, that is what I say, that hearing his interview talking about pain medication, make sure that the people doesn't feel in pain, and this studies about pain. And so I don't understand what allowed this so long. So when they told me, and they repetitive times, they told me after, of course, the following day, like, it's because we couldn't give you medication if you don't ask for it. I say, what you didn't write this in this form of consent? Why they tell you about don't use nail polish? Why they text me and tell me about no taking my pain medication for migraines? Why they tell you here about don't drinking water, about don't take, even coffee, for, I don't know, no, don't take, I mean, all the kind of very detailed information. And why they don't say here, you're the one, when you're in pain, when you feel that you need pain medication, you need to request pain medication. Why? I've been talking with people, even my husband is a white American. It's very white. He doesn't speak Spanish. But he works in a medical field, as I say. And many other people that I know that work in medical field, they say that it's most likely that Latinos, that they see that Latinos, they don't ask for pain medication. First, we tolerate, we're trying to tolerate the pain. This is in general. I don't say that this is in a study. I'm telling what people who works for years in the medical field say, for what they see, for their experiences. It's not a study about that, or yeah, it's not a study, whatever. So they say that they don't ask for pain medication because we understand, or we believe that we go to a place when we have a pain and we say, I'm in a pain, I don't need to tell you, give me a pain medication. So I don't know if this is the case for this research only, but people who work in medical field say, as soon as they hear that a patient is in level 4, 5, or 7, 8, 9, 10, because there's sometimes I say it's like 11, 12. I don't know. This is crazy. Say when a person tells us, that's what they say. When people tell us that they are in a level 4 or 5, we provide a pain medication. So there's many people who've been telling about this story, and they say, we don't know what was wrong. Many things was wrong. So I told you I request the I'm about to finish. I request Dr. Ira several times his presence in my room. I asked the nurses, please, I would like to talk to Dr. Ira because he told me something and this is not what is happening here with me. It was the last day. And I'm going to, let me see if you can hear this, I think. I don't know if it's here. Let me see.
No, because I don't think other people can deal with it.
Let me,
The thing, and other people, like, I mean, like,
where is that? There is one recording and I don't have it here.
no, you shut up.
I was
No,
talking to
you
my
shut up.
husband.
No, I'm very, even when I've been just singing, come in.
I think, okay, I think it's this one. Let's see if this one.
Overdose you. You have. And I don't want to overdose it because right now my pain is in my stomach. Okay, I need you to hear what I'm saying. Okay.
I was crying, you can tell here. I was taking so many medications that my stomach, it was really, really bad. So at some point, I rather have, I don't like the morphine because I feel like it didn't do more than just make me feel dumb. But the pills, it started hurting that much in my stomach. So let's see if this is the part that I want you to hear.
This is voluntary. You don't have to stay in this study. We can give you medication. All right, but it's gonna take you off the protocol. The other thing is it's the oxy we can't give you again for a little while. We can get you morphine now. Okay, but every time you have to request it, I can't come in and just give it to you because I hear that you're upset or in pain. You have to request it, okay? Okay. So are you telling me you want something for it? And then once you calm down a little bit, you breathe through it instead of moving around. You have children? You do. It's like if you were in labor, in through your nose, out, okay? Make sure everything looks good with you.
There's, I don't know why I don't find the one that really. No, it's not this one. Let's see. No, what is it? Maybe this one.
I can mix it up. Other people, like, I mean, 30, even when I've been just singing. Wait.
There's one part, I don't know what, I don't find it right now.
Three different things. I can mix it up. Hey, Olga. We're gonna come in and Dr. Joe is gonna do your wound evaluation. Okay. Come on in, got everybody coming in. Okay. Yeah. Try to. Yep. So it looks really good.
They were checking my one here.
Dr. Gottlieb's not allowed to see you, because he knows the medication that you received. Did you have a question?
Did you hear that? Okay, let me try to put it again.
Want me to leave this over here for you?
Yeah.
Is the
other doctor coming?
Dr. Gottlieb, Dr. Gottlieb
I say, when the doctor is coming, and then she asked, Dr. Gottlieb, and then she say,
is not allowed to see you, because he knows the medication that you received. Did you have a question?
Dr. Gottlieb is not allowed to see you because he knows the medication that they give you. This is another thing that it makes me feel like he said that he didn't know that. And I've been asking for Dr. Gottlieb to come to my room because I need to ask him something specifically. There is a protocol. I've been told in the medical field, once you have a surgery, in the next 12 hours, 12 to 24 hours, the doctor who did the surgery to you needs to come to see you. It didn't happen to me. Not only 24 hours, not only 48 hours, not only 70 something hours. She said this, Dr. Gottlieb is not allowed to come to see you because he knows what is the medication that you have. So first, why he told me that this is a blind study, that he didn't even know about that. At this point today, I'm not sure if he really knows or he doesn't. It looks like he doesn't, and that's why he never appears when I was calling and when I want to see him during those 3 days after the surgery. Finally, since I was the last person to have the surgery, I was released at the last. So around 3 p.m., most of the people, they were already released from the place. I asked again at that time because they sent me another doctor. They sent another doctor to see me. It's not the doctor who did the surgery. I want to see the doctor who did the surgery to me. So the doctor left, and then I told the nurse, is Dr. Ira finally come to see me? I would like to talk to him. And my husband early say, you need to ask for Dr. Gottlieb. I said, I asked him for all those days. I was closing that room, but the only thing that I was is asking for medication and Dr. Gottlieb. And he said, you need to ask them before you leave. You need to see him. He said, what can I do? When I saw that they were already taking all my last blood pressure, my last blood test, the last everything, that they were almost ready to release me from there, I asked once again for the last time, Dr. Gottlieb. And then finally, it was around my husband say, and when the doctor comes, he say, call for him, ask for him, and when he comes, please put on a speaker. I want to talk to him. I want to hear what is also the indications for when you will be released. I want to hear, you know, in when what is the thing. So I wanna hear that, and I want to talk to him. So the Dr. Gottlieb entered, and this is what it makes me so upset about this study. Besides all the things that I have been telling you already, Dr. Gottlieb entered to my room around 4 p.m. And he entered with an attitude that it wasn't the same person that I saw him almost a month ago in January 12th when I was asking him questions. It was like another personality. He opened the room, and the first thing that he said, it was something like what the other nurse say, like, what's going on here? I hear a lot of stories. He was very ironic. He had that attitude, very ironic. He was saying, what is going on here? I hear that somebody wants to call 911 and somebody wants to go to the hospital. And I say, doctor, I just wanted to ask you, I've been asking for you since the very first day. And I just want to ask him, what happened with the pain control that you promised that it will happen? And then he say, well, what were your pain levels? And then I say, I told him after I get from this, and I told him, I know I'm the one who was on placebo. And at that moment, I didn't realize, I didn't connect what the other nurse said, that he couldn't come to see me because he knew, because I could tell him, and you knew that also, you knew that I was the person in the placebo. Why you couldn't come to see me? So I asked him just that was very short. Let me tell you, he was with me for less than 2 minutes in that room. And then he has a paper and he has a pen, and he say, you know what rules are? Rules. He goes, rules. 1, 2, 3, you know that. Rule number 1, this. Rule number 2, this. Rule number 3, this. Meaning that the first part that I was agree is that I can be under the old medication, the new medication, or placebo. You know that, and you signed for this. And I was like, what is that? The empathy, what is that? Yeah, the compassion that he, as a doctor or as a person who's in a medical field, should have for somebody who's been in pain. If you, as a doctor, you know that a patient that he doesn't have any kind of pain medication after the surgery, you know that, and you came to my room and making fun of me because I was crying during all this time, asking for help. Yes, I didn't ask for pain medication because I didn't know. And the only thing that he said, okay, that was your fault because you didn't ask for pain medication. I said, I didn't know. And he said, we didn't tell you that. I said, you give me a full bunch of papers to read, and there's not one part that is say I have to ask for pain medication. I will ask for pain medication when I was in the number 4 or 3, just to avoid the pain continue. And for him, as a doctor, came with that attitude and tell me that's your fault because you didn't ask for pain medication. And they say, I didn't even know. Doctor, I want to call my husband because he wants to talk to you. His answer was, I'm sorry, I cannot stay more time with you. It's not fair with the other patients that I spend more time with you. That's it. And he left. 2 minutes, no more than 2 minutes was his visit with me that last time, just right before I was released. For him to tell me, it's not fair with other patients. And what is fair with me? I would like to know. The only thing is that, oh, we take responsibility that we didn't let you know that you have to ask for pain medication. How do you take responsibility? I would like to know what is the, in what format you take responsibility about that. You saying, oh, I'm sorry. When I told him I have to call my husband wants to talk to him, he basically say, no, I don't want to talk to him. It's not fair to stay here with you more time. More time. And then I realized after he left, I called my husband and I say, Dr. Gottlieb just told me this. And he didn't give me the chance to call you. Why? Because it's not fair with other patients. And then I start again, like a puzzle, taking these pieces here and here. What other patients, Dr. Ira? If we're Thursday at 4 p.m. and I was the last patient in that center, what other patients you have to talk to? There's no one. Everybody was released already. I was the last person. Even when I was released, most of the nurses already left the place. They were just a couple of nurses that were waiting for my husband come to pick me up because they didn't even tell me on time what time I will be released. There's something that my husband was asking me since the morning, what time you'll be released, what time you'll be released. I don't know. I have no idea. They just told me, you can leave now. You can leave now. How can I leave? I need to call my husband who's working and he's almost 2 hours away from here. And exactly that was happening. They say, okay, it's okay, don't worry, we can wait. This is my experience. And I wish I hear from somebody else. Something like that. I don't want to tell you that it's gonna be your experience. But always when you go to a surgery procedure, you always make sure to ask us the questions. I thought I asked all the questions. And I still think I asked all the questions because I asked about my concern if somebody will get placebo. There's many things that went wrong with me that time. Making me be there at 8 a.m. Having me not even water until 5 p.m. Well, actually after the surgery, which was like at 6 p.m. I was for more than 20 hours, about 20 hours without food, no water. The fact that I didn't get pain medication on time. The fact that the doctor didn't want to come and see me. His attitude towards me. And the last day, when I have to release, his attitude, I'm sorry, Dr. Ira, but it wasn't professional. And this last Tuesday, this week, March 5 or March 5th, was a month since the surgery. And that was my last follow-up appointment. And I went with my husband. And we were expecting to see Dr. Ira because we still don't understand. We're not happy with the answers. And the thing, by the way, the day when he saw me, he said, well, I don't know if you, with that attitude, if you're gonna want to have the ordered food. I said, no way. I don't want, living in a private center, I don't want to have nobody to touch my order food. There's no way I will do it. Even if I feel 100% secure that we're not gonna be in pain, I don't know. I'm panic. And of course I have my trauma already. But we wanted to talk for the last time since that was our last follow-up appointment. And my husband say he has some questions, but Dr. Ira, he wasn't there. He didn't meet with us. Instead, it was another doctor, the same other doctor that reviewed my food when I was intern. This is, I want to show you, just before finish, I want to show you my food, how it was after 10 days. So just for you to have an idea, if you want to go through this, it's fine. I'm not gonna tell you not to do it. I'm just gonna tell you, make sure to ask for pain medication. And make sure to ask if Dr. Ira Gottlieb, whatever his last name, if Dr. Ira knows of this is a blind study, because he told me that he didn't know about this. He didn't know, there's no way he knew what medication every patient will have. But if you hear the nurse, she told me, Dr. Ira can come to see you because he know what medication every patient had. So this is totally contradictory. This, in the informed consent, it said that he doesn't know. It's a blind study. I think he knew. At this point, I think that he knew. I think that he deliberately decided to leave me the last. I think that he deliberately decided to make me be the placebo. I think he deliberately like he, I don't know. the fact that he forgot that little detail about the pain medication, about for me asking pain medication. Again, as they sell so many ridiculous requests or information like nail polish, don't use this, don't use perfume, don't use deodorant, don't use ridiculous things. Well, not ridiculous, but you know what I mean. The pain medication is a very, very crucial part of this process. I feel like I told my husband, I don't know how to pronounce it, like guinea pig or guinea pig, I think is that's what I feel when I was there. And then I tell myself several times, not even for $1 million, I will go through this again. Not even for $1 million, I will go through this again. The last day when last Tuesday, when was my last follow-up appointment, we didn't see Dr. Ida. We say, okay, it's the end. Again, nothing to say about the nurses or the crew staff. They're very nice, except for the experience that I have on night shift. But after that, they are exceptional people, very kind, very care. They care about your pain. They're very good people. I cannot say the same thing about Dr. Ira. I'm sorry. I think he cares about his research, his study, his money, his medication, and that's it. Again, $1,000. Taxes deductible is not worth it. Even 1 hour of pain that one I have, it didn't work. And my husband, when we left the place, we went to eat. We went to a restaurant close to there. We went to eat a brunch. And then he told me, well, baby, but it worth it. Don't you think that at the end, everything is worth it? I told him no. And told him again, it didn't work. I won. And at some point, I'm glad. When I was thinking there, I'm glad that I was the one, because I saw that most of the ladies that were there, even you don't see them very often, but you cross them, during the studies and after. I realized, I don't know, that most of the ladies there, they are all elder people. They are, of course, older, and I can tell you that they are in their late 50s at least, in their 60s or 70s. They just old people. So I think that might be one of the reasons why Dr. Ida deliberately decided to put me on placebo and leave me on the last person to do the surgery that day. This is my food today. I'm gonna share this with you. I'm gonna end this video. That was my food, which, oh my goodness, the first time I saw this, it was traumatic for me. This is my food at the third day after the surgery, which is the day when I was being released. This is what they did for when they released to me. They changed it, they clear, and I get out in this boot. You have to be with this boot for at least two weeks. This is my food 10 days after, exactly 10 days after. Let me show you another position. A lot of bruises. This is normal. It's part of the surgery. This was my food last Friday, because well, not this sorry, let's say today is Saturday. A week ago. Today, by the way, today is Saturday, March 9. So about the Friday before my last follow-up appointment. So this is my food. I started walking and working. My husband took me to work. Of course, even in my third week, I wasn't able to drive. Even of my third week, they say, oh, after the 2 weeks, you can drive. It didn't happen to me. I don't know. It's just because all the things delayed the process of healing, the process of pain relief. I don't know. But for me, it took me. It was until this week when I actually start driving. Because I don't have much. I don't feel a lot of strain. I didn't feel a lot of strain. I feel much better now. Now I'm in my other shoe, and this was also another picture of my foot. It was very, very big. Well, I think that is what I wanted to share with you. That was the day when I was released. You can tell I was released 5:36 p.m. That was when I was released, a day when I left that place. So this is my testimony. This is my story. This is my review. And I would like to read your comments. If you feel that this was my fault, yeah, maybe it happened already, but I would like to read your comments. If you have had this surgery, I would like to hear your experience. And if you have any questions and you would like to know something else, just write a comment and let me know. I hope this can help somebody. We are today. Well, maybe I shouldn't say this, but just I hope this can help at least one person over there. God bless you, and I hope if you have this surgery, you have a happy surgery. Bye.